Hi there, and welcome to my channel. As you have seen by the title, this video is a special one because it's to celebrate the fact that my channel just reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all of the support. I never thought I would achieve this mark this soon, and I am already almost at 1.3k too. I'm so glad that people are interested in the videos I make. From now on, I will bring more and better content for all of you. Speaking of that, I want to apologize for taking so long to post a video. It has been 50 days since the release of my last video. If you saw my community posts, you would see that I had exams in this period of time, and I decided to focus on those because they were really important, and therefore I didn't post any more videos. If you're wondering, yes, my exams went really well, and I am super happy because of that. That break was worth it, and I hope you understand. Now that I'm back, I have two big announcements to make, but I will let those for the end of the video. Now, I will answer the questions you all have sent me. When I reached 1k subscribers, I left a community post with a Google Forms where you could send me your questions. Thank you so much to those that sent your questions, and now, let's move on to When did you get into K-pop? Start listening to 1S. Well, this one is kind of a two-in-one, so I will treat it as two separate questions. I was introduced to K-pop by two of my friends in the beginning of November of 2018. By that time, I had already heard about K-pop, but only about BTS really. At the beginning, one of my friends showed me the dance practice of Blackpink's Forever Young, but it was in the middle of a lot of noise and distractions. It was at school, so I didn't pay much attention at first. Then, my other friends started showing me more of Blackpink since they were one of her favorite groups. I didn't take much interest at first, but then she showed me Bambaya. You don't even imagine, but I was obsessed with that song. I heard it like every few minutes for a good number of days. This obsession grew larger when I watched the MV, where I was obsessed not only with the song but also with how the MV was shot, how the choreo was so catchy, and how gorgeous the girls were. At that time, I remembered of Forever Young, with which I fell in love immediately too. In a matter of weeks, I was already hearing most of Blackpink's discography. Well, it's not that hard though, they only had 9 songs at the time, plus Kiss and Make Up and Jennie's solo. My friend that was obsessed with Blackpink helped me getting to know the members, and I think it was her that introduced me to the world of K-pop YouTube, with all of the guides and funny moments. I was entertained with content for months, and my interest in K-pop started to grow when I officially became a Blink. So I started listening to more recommendations from my friends and started to dig a bit deeper in the K-tube side and started watching K-pop predictions and unpopular opinions. This was in the end of December. And the rest is story. I could tell you more about it, but I think I already answered the question here. Maybe I talk more about my journey in K-pop in the future. Now, how did I get into 1S? Well, by April of 2019, I was already a pretty hardcore fan of K-pop, and I was pretty acquainted with the K-pop scene, and I started to look out for smaller groups too, and not only the most famous ones. I caught the habit of watching the videos ranking the top 50 of most viewed K-pop songs of 2019, or rankings of the most recent K-pop songs. I was an avid watcher of Kville's weekly charts, for example, and I still am, because I wanted to know what people were hearing in K-pop. In those videos, I discovered a lot of gems. When I heard the chorus of Valkyrie in one of the videos ranking the most viewed MVs of 2019, I was like, this sounds promising. I need to check it out. When I first heard it, however, I did not enjoy it that much. But after like a day or two, I had the urge to listen to the song again, and oh my god, was it good. I was obsessed. Like, everything about the MV was super good, and I just got the right vibe with the group. Not only that, but I also saw in the comments that they were from the same company as Mamamoo. At the time, I was already in hardcore Moo, and I knew their agency was small and that they didn't have other artists, so when I saw that, I was like, I need to give this group an opportunity. I can't lie though, Hwan Moon and Lido also helped in that decision because I was amazed by their aura. When I started watching their videos, I fell in love with ONEUS. I also started listening to their debut tracks, and they were also good, so I was just like, well, one more group to stan. At the time I was stanning 3 groups, Blackpink, Mamamoo, and TXT. Since I wanted to stan another boy group, to balance it out, I saw this as a sign. And I am so glad I did. At the beginning I was a bit afraid, because Raven was on a hiatus at the time, and I was afraid he would leave the group, since at the time, it was common for the groups to do that, and I personally don't really like to stan groups that had a member leaving, because it will always make me sad seeing how the group is no longer completed. But that didn't prevent me from stanning ONEUS, and when I officially became a Taemoon, I noticed that Raven was already with the group again, and that they were preparing their first comeback, and I followed the teasers really closely, and ended up loving Twilight even more than Valkyrie, which only made me stan ONEUS even more. And the rest is story really. My obsession with ONEUS has only grown from there. I hope I wasn't too boring with all of this explanation. And for those who don't stan ONEUS, go stan them, they are amazing. What do you enjoy doing on your free time? Now that I have more free time, this question is much easier to respond to. First, obviously K-pop has been my main hobby as of now. I take a lot of time listening to K-pop releases, seeing others' opinions on some releases, and videos ranking the releases to see how the overall picture of K-pop is going. I also love to just think about how that song or how that artist is just amazing. Besides K-pop, I also love watching anime. Nowadays I haven't been watching a lot of anime because I didn't have the time, but I intend on putting my anime up to date now, since I'm on my summer holidays, especially Attack on Titan's more recent season, that is amazing so far, but I still have 6 more episodes to watch. I also recently watched Watakoi, a slice of life anime about otakus, which was super funny, and I enjoyed much more than what I thought I would. I am also a gamer, and also recently I have been wanting to get my hands on a Nintendo Switch because I have been wanting to play the new generation of Pokemon games for ages now. There was a time I got less interested in gaming and didn't buy a Nintendo Switch because of that, and also because I'm broke and focused more on my 2 other main hobbies. But now I am super invested in it again, and being the big Pokemon fan that I am, I need to have those games. They are also releasing a new game later this year for Nintendo Switch, so there's another reason for me to get a Nintendo Switch. For now, I have been playing some games on Steam, just like The Binding of Isaac, just discovered it now, Stardew Valley. YouTube recommended me some Stardew Valley videos randomly, and now I am obsessed again, and even Minecraft. I have a lot to catch up during these holidays, as you may already have noticed. Who's your most favorite K-pop group? Only one group. Y'all are mean to me, only one group? How am I supposed to choose only one? Well, let me start by saying that, as of now I stan a total of 8 groups. You can see more about that on my 500 subscribers special video that is appearing on the card right now. But from those 8, I have a special connection with 3 of them, Blackpink, Mamamoo, and ONEUS. I don't know how to explain it, but I love these 3 so much, and the fact that they are the ones that I stand for longer, alongside TXT, may have helped this bond. With that said, if I can only really choose one, then I think I'm going with ONEUS. Since ONEUS was always the least known from those 3 groups, I ended up paying more attention to them and grew more attached to them. Also, although Mamamoo is still releasing many stuffs as soloists, ONEUS are also the most active from the 3, and that helps. And we can't forget how my profile picture for this channel is literally ONEUS's logo for Ray's era, and my first videos that blew up were about ONEUS, so they will always have a special place in this channel. I can't really explain more, but I just love ONEUS from the bottom of my heart. Do you prefer Xian with long or short hair? After some thought on this, I came to the conclusion that there's only one possible answer: long hair. Have you all seen his scenes on Luna MV? Like, he looks stunning. His visuals are no joke, and with that long hair he looks so ethereal. I question myself how he didn't go viral due to that. Okay, I have a couple. Number 1. Who is your bias in ONEUS and ONEWE? We have 3 questions here, so let me reply to each one of them individually. My bias in ONEUS is Huan Woong. Although Mr. Raven has been wrecking me hard lately, look out to Moons, beware that man, he can wreck you in no time. My bias in ONEWE is Arcanyon, or Hyungwoo, and yes, I am already crying. I am not ready for August 2nd to come. I just can't let go of this boy, he is so precious. If you want to know more of my bias in K-pop groups, please check out my 500 subscribers special, linked down below. Number 2. Any tips for a K-pop YouTube channel content creator? I am very honored to be asked such question honestly, because I don't consider myself a big channel, so if people are asking this kind of questions, it means that I am doing something right, so thank you. I do have some tips. First, you should start your channel with content that is quite generic, like K-pop unpopular opinions, K-pop predictions, reviewing some comeback from a big group, something like that. Although it is important to post more original videos to blow up in popularity, that only applies when your channel has already a considerable public, because if you do your unique videos from the beginning, they will probably get slept on, and you'll have a hard time to gather an initial public. On the other hand, if you save that unique content for when your channel is bigger, then the videos is more likely to blow up and make you stand out from the crowd. So if I were you, I would save those for when my channel was bigger. I hope I wasn't confusing with this. Another tip is to not be afraid of original content when your channel gets big. Even if the video is poorly received, you can always do a more generic video next time in order to not lose your public. Remember that it's important for you to stand out from the crowd if you want your channel to blow up. Another suggestion is to use the functionality of the shorts here on YouTube and do some videos for that, because those make your channel grow a lot faster and they will make you able to have a public much sooner. But beware that only a small portion of your shorts public will see your main videos, but it's always better than nothing. And it's also important to just have a bigger appearance, since people will take your videos more seriously. I can't think of any more tips now. Maybe in a next video, when my channel is bigger and I have more experience, I can give you more info about this. Number 3. Who are your alt groups? That's all. I have been watching your channel since you had 500 subs, and I am so proud of you and your channel growth. You deserved it. Thanks for answering my questions and best of luck with upcoming content, Wagyu. Finally, my ultimate groups are the ones that I have mentioned in my 500 subscribers video too. You can check them out there. But from those 8, my ultimate of the ultimate groups would be Blackpink, Mamamoo, ONEUS and Purple Kiss, and ONEWE are growing a lot in me. With the next comeback, Purple Kiss may actually join this list without the May. Also, thank you so much for your sweet words. I'm so thankful for all of your support. It really helps me so much, for real, thank you. It's thanks to you I was able to grow this much. Now, for the final question. Do you have plans making a TikTok? Since we lack RBW artists' contents in that platform. This one relates to one of the 2 big announcements I wanted to make, so here I go. I have created a TikTok account. I have seen the power that TikTok has in the K-pop community, and since I am already making shorts for YouTube, I can easily adapt them to TikTok. My tag on TikTok is @AnnaLinkit, as you can see on the screen, and it is also available on my YouTube channel page. Please to find me there and follow me, since I'm going to start posting soon. In fact, I'm posting my first TikTok tomorrow, July 17th, at 11 p.m. KST, and it's going to be a video exclusive to TikTok, which means I will only post it on TikTok and not on YouTube, so be sure to check it out. And this leads to my second announcement. I am going to compensate my long absence with a very active period. In fact, I am going to post both on YouTube and TikTok every day for at least the next 2 weeks, and I already have a big number of videos ready for you guys. On your YouTube, it's going to be both YouTube shorts and main videos. On TikTok it will only be the short videos, obviously. Because of that, some of the videos I post on TikTok will not be uploaded on YouTube because I am not posting 2 videos on the same day, since that would damage my main videos, it would take out the focus on them, so that's another reason to follow me on TikTok. This is also my way to thank you for all of the support you have given me so far, and I can't believe we are almost at 1.3K. I also hope that YouTube algorithm likes this change, because YouTube can be ruthless sometimes. Still, about TikTok, I wanted to say that my focus with it is to promote my favorite groups and to also push this channel, so my priority will always be YouTube, but that doesn't mean I won't work hard on TikTok. I didn't have a TikTok until now because I was kind of afraid to use it since, well, you know, it's from a Chinese company, and with China everything is always a bit sus, especially when considering that there are plenty of news saying that the data in TikTok may not be protected. But my shorts here on YouTube have doing so well that they would probably do really good on TikTok too, and promote my favorite groups even more. Not only that, but you guys, like you have seen from the last question, also really wanted me to have a TikTok account, and I can't deny you that request. Thank you so much for showing so much interest in my content, and please don't forget to follow me there too. Once again, my username is @AnnaLinkit, and I'm posting my first exclusive TikTok tomorrow. Keep an eye on that. So please look out for all the content I have ready for you guys and gals, both on YouTube and on TikTok. I hope that this Q&A answered some of your curiosities about me, and once again, thank you so much for all the support. I still can't believe I reached 1K subscribers. It just seems surreal. I will work hard to repay your guys' love. Keep an eye on the channel tomorrow, since I am already posting another video here on YouTube too. Don't forget to check out Purple Kiss's comeback on July 25th. Check out the teasers down below. Thank you so much for everything, and I hope to see you in my next video. See you soon.
Purple Kiss.
Fly me to the moon, 나를 데려가